This is the one we left off with the other day. Hopefully y'all can see my screen. Speak up if you can't. There is the problem.
There's nothing there.
Oh, we're gonna turn it on.
I was like,
Well, I gotta wait. I have to wait on y'all.
yes, you're so sweet waiting on us and being humble. And
No, it's really, you know why I wait on y'all?
Why?
So I don't have to repeat myself. That's why.
What'd
It
you
doesn't
say?
have anything to do with liking any of you. I really
What'd you
don't like
say?
any of y'all.
What did you say?
What?
What'd you say? Can
I
you
said
repeat
don't have
that,
to.
please? You was about to repeat it.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. Have fun. Don't cry when you got a big F on your daggone report card.
We got to do this, this.
We ain't doing nothing. All right, there it is. There's the problem I left off with the other day. Principal claims that IQ student scores are above average. We ought to put that in quotation marks because that above might mean something. Reckon we ought to highlight it too?
Yeah, and then put it in purple.
Yeah. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Let's just undo that. Control Z. Nope. There. I thought you could highlight a whole word. This is a different kind of word processor. There we go. So I want you to go ahead and do the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle. I want you to give me the null hypothesis, the alternative hypothesis. We're dealing with sigma. So sigma means what? If you got sigma, what does that mean? Z-score or T-score?
Z.
It means Z-score. 30 random students, that's going to be used in your formula along with X bar. Now, did y'all come to the night class because of the sense of humor, or did y'all come to the night class because y'all slept late this morning?
Slept late this morning.
You slept late this morning. Well, y'all could have just watched the video.
I feel like I would rather do this.
That's fine.
I don't trust myself enough to watch the video.
Well, you should have started coming to this class at the beginning of the semester. We have fun in here.
Yeah, it seems a lot more fun.
Oh, yeah. It's called a sense of humor. Yeah.
He doesn't.
A lot of the morning class don't have one.
Hey, I thought you would be seeing Bernie Sanders tonight.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, Bernie's going to give everybody, he's going to take care of us all.
We sure will.
Yeah, we all pay 70% taxes. Like I said, you ever had a roommate mooch off of you? Think of a whole nation doing that. So, no, I'm not watching Bernie tonight. So H of O mu is equal to,
100.
good job. And H of A, mu is what?
Not equal.
Above,
Oh, yes, great.
because what?
Average, yeah, above.
And you put 100. So this means, what kind of test we got?
The right tail.
Right tail. So let's go ahead and draw a picture. I'm also going to show y'all a couple more things tonight that you may see in your homework or test. And they're just things, calculator things that you can use, as well as p-value. I got to show you what that is, but that's in another problem. Well, we can do it in this one too, probably. There's our rejection level, or rejection region. You can make it as big or small as you want. And that area is 0.0500. So if I've got an area, I need a what? I need a z-score. So somebody take your second card, or your third card, which is your positive, and look up 0.0500, or do inverse norm 0.9500, and tell me what you get.
You say point what? Oh, I see it.
Yeah, right there.
I'm there.
Good job. What do you get?
1.64.
I think it's 1.64, 1.645, usually the one, don't matter. Okay? So, this is our rejection region, and this is our rejection z-score. So anything above this is reject the null hypothesis. Just put reject. Anything in the green area, which is this area, is not reject, but what? Fail to reject. And it's as simple as that. Now you can find it two different ways. One is you can find the area. And if the area is less than 0.0500, then you reject the null hypothesis, because that means it's in the what? In the rejection region. Okay? So that means, that's called what we call a p-value. And get used to seeing that word. P-value is when they ask for the area. And you put area right here under it. And some of your homework problems, or some of your test question may ask you for the p-value. And that means that you're going to say whatever, we're going to find it out in a minute. And the other is the z-score. Z-score is greater than 1.645. And that is what they call traditional. And you may not ever see the word traditional, but if they don't ask for p-value, then they're probably going to be asking for traditional. This is what's not said. If nothing is said, they don't ask for p-value, then they're going to want to know that by the process of traditional, meaning the z-score is greater than 1.645. And we'll get to that in just a minute. So now all that's left is we got to do our formula. Our formula for our z-score, I'm going to do it in green, because that means we're testing it. Z is equal to, what is it? X bar minus what? Mu over sigma divided by the square root of what? I'll plug and chug. I want y'all to do the math. So that would be 112 minus 100 over 15 divided by the square root of 100. No, square root of 30. Now, we had a few people last night come to me afterwards and say, how's the best way to do that on a calculator? Well, you can do it however you want to, but I'm going to show you how I would do it, especially if I don't have a clue. So, I'm going to pull up the TI-84, and I'm going to hit clear. And I'm going to pull this back up, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay. And I'm going to hit 112. Now, of course, I know you all know what 112 minus, but sometimes it may have a lot of decimals. 100 and equals. And I'm going to stow that. That's where you get bread, right? At stow, and how much did it cost? $4. Okay? Stow, alpha, what? What is that? Is it the numerator or the denominator? Numerator. So I'm going to store alpha n, which is log. Set alpha log. Enter. Now, if you want to know where the letters are, just look at the green letters that correspond with the green key. Look over the buttons and you see those green letters. When you hit alpha and you hit that button, that's the key, that's the letter that you're using. So I used alpha log because what's above log? A green N. So that means numerator. So now I'm going to do the denominator. 15 divided by, and I'm going to put in parentheses, square root, second, which I don't use the square root key. I use 0.5 exponent, but that's fine. It's whatever. 30, close parenthesis. Oh, I hate that thing when it does that. Hold on a second. Delete, delete, there. How do you turn it off? Oh, I gotta hit parentheses, right?
One more time.
Huh?
Hit the arrows again.
Well, I tried that. It keeps doing that. Okay. All right, now close parentheses. See, I don't use radicals very much. When you teach calculus, you don't use radicals. So I just don't use radicals. All right, so hit that. And that's our what? That's our what? Denominator. So stow, alpha, what?
D.
D, which is that x to the 1. And hit enter. Now, you clear it and you just hit alpha n divided by what? Alpha d. I got 4.38. Good job. So that's 4.38. So now we're going to go back to our traditional, because traditional means what? Z-score. So 4.38 is what? Greater than what?
1.645.
And remember me pointing, taking that 4.38, and remember me going like this and saying it's way over here? Okay, that's what they're doing with the traditional. They're just not graphing it, okay? They're just putting it right here. That's for traditional. So it's in the rejection region, right? Okay, now what is the p-value? Well, the p-value is the area that corresponds with that 4.38. So take your handy dandy calculator and hit, let's see, what is it? Is it second bars, inverse, not inverse, normal CDF?
It's not normal PDF?
I think it's CDF. It may be, I don't know. Y'all have to tell me which one it is. And go from 4.38 to 9999. And tell me what you get. 4 digits. I'm waiting. Normal CDF or PDF? Which one is it? I'll do it.
Normal CDF, I've got
I thought it was CDF. What'd you get?
5.938.
Okay, that's not it. Oh,
Okay.
wait a minute. Is it to the exponent?
It is.
Okay, what is it? To the 6th power?
Hold on, let me pull it back up. Yes, it's to the 6th power.
Okay, so give it to me again. What is the first 2 numbers?
5.938.
So that's this is a very, very small what? Number. And is that less than 0.05? Yes. This is called the p-value. P-value is a 25-cent word for the area at this what? Z-score. That's all the p-value is. So sometimes when you're doing a problem, you might be asked for the p-value. And the p-value is the area that corresponds to your test statistic, which is 4.38. Now let's do something fun. Let's take our handy dandy calculator. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
And hit
Go slow.
stat, move over to test. Is that slow enough? And go to Z-test. So go to Stat, Test, and Z-Test. Everybody with me? Hit Enter. This class, the 8 o'clock class students, this class, they have a sense of humor, but they're a little bit unique. They're unique. Unique, is that a good word?
What word did you want to use?
I can't use it because then most of y'all will have to have a pillow, a puppy, and a closet. All right, so I'm going to type in 115 X bar. What is my X bar? 112, and N is 30. And what do we want? Greater than or less than?
Greater.
So you hit enter on the sign that you want, and look here. Look at there. It's a miracle.
Mine don't look like that.
Yeah, I know either.
I got the old one.
Yeah, I don't have.
God, what a surprise! Miss Jeter don't have it. Okay, well, we'll get there. Just hold on. Now make sure you go to test, because you go to stat,
Okay.
not calculate. You go over to test. And then you should have Z-test at the top. Hit enter.
Okay.
Now what does it say? Go over to stats, because you're not going to put data. Data is when you type in the numbers.
And then his highlight present.
Stat, hit enter. And now it should ask you for mu.
It goes.
It's a miracle.
I know.
Lord, it's a miracle.
See, it's the
Oh, man. I play football. Okay, now do you see what? That's what we used to tell our math teacher at West Side. He would say, Mr. McClure, you're just on the ball today. I play football. Anyway, look what it says. 115, you put that in, and then look what it gives you when it does calculate. I have to go down here, hold on. I can't use my arrow keys, I have to use these arrow keys. There it is. Now what is the 4.38? That is your traditional 4.38 right there. P-value is your second line. So now you can use your Z-test on your calculator instead of having to do all of it by hand.
Great.
And some of y'all will break that anvil with a banana.
Who are you talking about?
Nobody in particular.
Okay.
Try that one. These next three are all the same, because the other night we covered p-values, and I'm going to do another p-value tonight, but it's going to be one of your homework problems. Because technically after tonight, we is what? Done. And Monday or Tuesday will be nothing but homework questions. A population mean blood glucose level is mu is equal to 100 with a sigma of 15. A researcher believes a certain diet can change. Somebody tell me what change means. Does it mean greater than, less than, or not equal to? Not equal to, because change does not tell you what? A direction. It does not tell you a direction. So if you don't have a direction, like above or decrease or below or increase, if you don't have something giving you a direction and it's got change or is not, I might say is not, then you got a not equals. And of course, not equals means what tail test? Two tail, which means your first index card. I want you to do it by hand. I want you to include the p-value as well as the z, and I want you to do it on the calculator with the z-test also. And then I'm going to show you how to do p-test. Like I said, you would be surprised how many people are lobotomized during this section. Got that cup filled up back there? You got that cup filled up? She always has that cup filled up. And notice it's one of those fancy cups, so it's probably got a lot of ice in it. Yep, see?
This morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Not, that's two-tail, right?
Two-tail. So what is our null hypothesis? You can't get the null hypothesis wrong. Why? Because it's already written. Mu is what? Equal to 100. Our null hypothesis is mu is not equal to 100 because of the word change. Another word, not. Another word is, I'm trying to think of another word, is not, not. Anything that doesn't give you a direction. Okay, and we're at 0.05, alpha equals 0.05, but we can't use 0.05, we have to use what? Alpha over 2, which is what? 0.0250 because of the two-tailed test. I'll take my red marker. And I'm just going to draw. Having this thing on the left side is not good. The left side is not calibrated as well as the right side. So I'm going to just draw 0.0250. Somebody look on your first card and tell me what 0.0250 is as far as a z-score on your first card, because that's two-tailed.
1.96.
1.96
Yes.
negative and 1.96 positive. Okay, so now you got your rejection region. So if they ask for a p-value, then you will go up here and you'll say p-value is going to be, the area is less than what? 0.025 what? 0, and you're going to have an area right there in 4 digits. If they don't ask for a p-value, then that means traditional. You're basically looking at plotting your z-score over 1.96 or negative 1.96. Meaning this way or this way. Actually, it's less than 1.96 on the negative, but you'll know what I'm talking about.
Bless you.
Okay? So, now we just got to do what? Our test statistic. We'll do that in green. And that's going to be Z, test statistic, is equal to, what's our 140? 140 minus 100 over 15 square root 30. Okay, I'm going to let y'all crank that out. I just need 2 digits. Somebody crank that out. Take your time, use your calculator, show you how I did it. How I showed you to do it. When you get 2 digits, just spit it out. Well, let's see. I gave y'all the answers. No, that was the last question. This one I got 14.6. What'd y'all get? Well, you can say that's way the heck out here. It's way out here. So 14.6. Now, the traditional way, heck, now I can't even spell. The traditional way is just to look at the region and draw that arrow way the heck out here and say, well, that's in the rejection region. That's traditional. And the p-value, somebody take your handy dandy calculator and do normal CDF from 14.6 to 9999. What do you get? It's going to be 0.0001. Why? Because anything over 2.5, write this down, it's on your table. Anything over negative 2.5 or positive 2.5 is 0.00001 or greater or less. So you can stop with 0.0001. And 0.0001 is less than what? 0.0250. And that is what you call your p-value. So the p-value would be 0.000 whatever the calculator gives you for that normal CDF. So we're going to do it now on the calculator. Now, what do? We reject the null hypothesis because it's in the what? It's in the rejection region, and your p-value is less than 0.0250. So, handy dandy calculator. Let's go to stat, test, z-test. Y'all know Tuesday night, y'all had me thinking Mexican. I went home and ate Mexican.
See?
I took a pound of hamburger meat and made me a taco salad.
You're welcome.
It was good.
That's what we're here for.
And I even had a couple of refreshments.
I bet you did.
Yep. Ended up in a ditch on 29 South somewhere. Right before you go to the dam, there's a ditch down there. I fell in the ditch. Truck got all messed up. Oh, well.
That's how life is.
I know. So you just have to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, you know.
It's a good thing about that truck. It don't dent very easy. All right. So
Makes you happy.
140 and 30. And what is this one? Not equal to. So I'm going to hit enter and calculate. Look at there. We got 14.6. Now, you might have to write, but when they ask for a p-value, most of the time they're going to round to what? 4 digits. And that would be 0.0001. You might put that 2 there, but look at that. What is that? Times e to the what? Negative what?
48.
That's 47 zeros, okay? So if you put 4 zeros in your answer, I think you're gonna get it right. You don't have to put 47 zeros. Okay? Everybody feel good about themselves?
I guess.
So you don't have rusty smokestacks. Y'all seen that truck? Did I tell you about that?
No.
Oh, I got behind homeboy the other day on 24. And he didn't have just smokestacks coming out of his truck. He had rusty smokestacks coming out of his truck. And he didn't even have a bed on his truck. So girls, next time I will get his license number. That will be a good catch for y'all.
Run away.
Yeah, run away. When to run away. I need to write that book. You know what?
You do.
I believe I'd be a millionaire.
I tell you, you need to go.
Oh, it'd be 15 chapters. When to run like hell. Should it be when to run like hell or when to run away?
When to run away.
When to run away. Okay.
Yeah, when. Yeah.
And then I have to write one. That one will be pink for women. And then make a blue one. Well, see, blue one, it'll just be one chapter.
But on the cover,
Oompa
you need to
Loompas.
have posters.
Huh?
On the cover, you have posters.
Yeah, the one chapter. I'll just add the chapter on the back for men.
Okay.
Just watch out for Oompa Loompas. They got an orange face and a white neck, run like hell. Because they will key your car and bust your headlights out. All right. Y'all ready for nothing? Miss Harbin, you there? See?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Miss Carver, you there? Miss Sullivan, you there?
I'm here.
I figured they'd been in. Like I heard one. I didn't hear a third one. She's eating supper. They gone out to eat probably. They just left the monitor on. And they just. All right, let's do this one. This one says average pop age is mu is equal to 23 with sigma 2.4. Random sample of 42 are calculated with X bar equals 23.8. Claim average age has changed and alpha is 0.05. I think I used 0.05 on this one. Let me make sure. Yes, alpha equals 0.05. And a lot of people say, well, Hubert, you're doing the same problems over and over just about. Yeah, I am. Because what's important here? You learning different numbers, or you learning the methodical method step by step? The method, step by step. That's what's important. I'll tell y'all a little secret. I've been doing this for a long time.
We will never guess.
Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna cook steaks tonight.
Steak and
That's it, steak and salad. What I would like to have is about a 5-gallon bucket full of
chicken wings.
crinkle fries. A 5-gallon bucket of crinkle fries with honey mustard.
Ooh,
That's what I would really love,
okay. Yeah.
but I'm not. I'm gonna eat salad. And my son's with me tonight, so he'll probably drink a few beers.
And then DFS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's only 12, so
Have fun.
he only drinks 2.
You should have started the month at like 9.
I did.
Okay, good. That'll be it.
Okay, so what we got? What does change mean?
Two-tail.
Two-tail mean not equal. Somebody's learning this stuff.
Because you're going step by step, you're going slow. Because I'm a slow learner.
Oh, okay. You said it, I didn't.
Yeah.
You unique. That's what you gotta use the word unique. When somebody says unique or special, you know what that means in the South?
Oh my God.
It means blessed. And you know what blessed means?
Oh my God.
Your ass is stupid. That's what it means.
I feel great about myself now.
Yeah, you're unique. So I'm just going to go straight. Y'all know what the null hypothesis is, and I'm not worried about y'all doing the null hypothesis and rejecting. So I think y'all got it. So here is your 0.0250, 1.96. .0250, 1.96, and Z is equal to 23.8 minus 23 divided by 2.4 over the square root of 42, and I got 2.16. And 2.16 is where?
Right there.
So that means reject the null hypothesis. Somebody give me the p-value from 2.16, normal CDF, 2.16 to 9999. 4 digits, please.
0.030.
0.030. You sure that's right?
That's what I got.
That's what I got.
0.0307.
Yeah, 0.0307.
3 cent is greater than 2 cents.
So it would be above that.
Yeah, that would be, that's not right, something's wrong.
On mine, you can round it to 31031.
No, it's supposed to be less than this. It's supposed to be less than 0.0250. Y'all sure you typed it in right? Let's go with this and see what they get. Let's go with stat, test, z-test. Stat is 100 or 23 with a standard deviation of 2.4. X bar is 23.8. And N is 42. Two-tail test. You're right. I'm not saying you're not right. I just wanted to check it. 2.16, that's unusual. Unless I'm looking at something wrong, it should be. The Z-score says 2.16, which has failed to reject. But the 0.037 or 8 says something different.
Oh, isn't it supposed to be 20?
I don't know what's going on there. Well, it's not asking for the V-value, so we're not going to worry about it. I want to get to a homework question. Let's do a couple of homework questions. So I want to show you how to do P in your calculator. So let's go to your homework questions. Oh, heck. Where is homework? Assignment. Well, I had it pulled up. What happened to it? Select. Preview. And I think it's like the third or fourth question. Okay, now look at this question. I want to pull my calculator back up. Move it over here. How do you know what's what? Well, what did I tell you people have to do in here to do good in this class? Not the math. You have to read. And what is missing from this problem? What have you been working with the last 3 problems?
The alternative. Stigma?
Well, if you're close, what comes before sigma? Well, what is mu and X bar? Starts with M, like mu. Mean. There's no mean. Look in the question. There's no mean. So what do you got to do? You're going to have to use the proportion. P hat. So start everything else like you would. Remember, the P hat, the P, when you're using P, you use a Z-score. So you're going to be using, you got to figure out what kind of tail. So let's read the question. Test the hypothesis using the p-value approach. Please, blah, blah, blah. They even give you the null and the alternative hypothesis. They're telling you what kind of tail it is. What tail is it?
The right tail.
Good job. I need to sit down.
You are sitting.
I'm not used to students, 1, interacting, and 2, getting the answer right.
Oh, I like that.
No, actually.
Oh, you being serious?
Yeah, ask the 8 o'clock class. Do y'all talk?
No.
No, that would be a hell to the no. Does the calculus class talk? Sometimes. When the moon is right. I ain't kidding you. It just drives me crazy. I don't think I could teach very many night classes, though. I can't cover the material. Y'all too much fun. Okay, so here we go. Well, my whiteboard's gone now.
What does that last thing say?
It's NPQ. Is NPQ alpha is equal to 0.1? Is that what you're asking right there?
Thing right below it.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a minute. Nope.
See, I thought it was just me.
No, but I'll tell you this. There's this thing called the front of the room.
Oh, wait.
And y'all can come to the front of the room and sit with me. I promise you I took a bath. Oh, y'all going to be good Southern Baptists. Y'all going to sit on the back. Ready for that food. No, right now I'm trying to get the whiteboard. If you will just hold on a minute. Good
that's what
gosh.
happens when you come to the front.
See, these women, they just take over.
At least you know.
All right, there you go.
Thanks.
I tried to make it bigger, but what I'll do, since y'all are immobilized and y'all can't move from the back of the room, since y'all need a wheelchair, I'll write it for you. How about that?
See, that's what I'm talking about. Above and down.
Eighths of O, and use posters. P is equal to 0.6, and eighths of 1. P is greater than 0.6. And then N is equal to 100. X is equal to 70, and alpha is equal to 0.1. I'm going to put 0.1000 so you'll remember what to do. 4 digits means that's a what? An area. So you got to find the z-score. Now, what they're asking you right here, that's that test. Remember in chapter, oh gosh, what was it? Chapter 6 or 7, where I told you to multiply NPQ. Remember me telling you to do that? And checking to see if it's above 10? That's a little test. So NPQ, what's P? 0.6. What's Q? 0.4. Don't ask me that, because y'all should know what Q is. Q is the complement of what? P. And then 100. So what is 60% of 100? 60. And what's 40% of 60? Well, 10% would be 40. I mean, 10, 4 times 4 is 16. So it'd be like 16. Is 16 greater than 10?
Yeah.
Yes, so you can keep going. It's just a little test.
Oh.
This is what we went over in chapter 8. Remember me telling you you're going to see it again? There wasn't a big thing about, learning it in chapter 8. You're going to see it again. There it is. So that is that. I'm just going to draw a picture. Which I know Miss Hudson. Miss Hudson, you still got your drawings back there, don't you? Huh? Maybe? That means she didn't quit on me. Draw a picture. And I'm going to, it's a right tail test, right? So right tail will be 0.10. Right there, 0.1000. Somebody give me alpha equals 0.10. That would be your third card. Where alpha is 0.10, the confidence level is 0.9. So somebody give me their z-score at 0.9 on that third, or do inverse norm, 0.1000. What's my z-score? Okay, it shouldn't take that long. Y'all got the cards.
It's 1.28.
1 point what?
28.
Okay, check it on inverse norm or check it and make sure. Because I haven't done this problem, so I want to make sure. Well, I'm going to show you how to do it here on the p-test in just, we'll do it afterwards. So now, all you need now is your P formula, which we did the other night. P hat minus P over PQ over N. Let's do that in green. Your z-score, P hat minus P over what? The square root of PQ over what? N. Plug and shove. And P hat. What is P hat? Well, you got to figure P hat. P hat is equal to X over what? N, remember? 70 over what? Now I'm going to show you a trick I learned in the war. What do you do with that 0? And what's 7 over 10? 0.7. So there's P hat, 0.7. Of course, y'all knew that because I taught y'all that in 9.1.
Some of us forget.
Unique.
But you did teach us, yes.
Unique. Mr. Poor, you're not wearing your hat right. you're supposed to have a straight bill, and you're supposed to pull it over your ears. Yeah, you're not supposed to curve it, because if you curve it, that means you're racist.
Okay.
So, and you got to have it over your ears, and you got to grow a long beard right here, down to here, and cruise the mall when you're 40.
He said cruise the mall.
When you're 40.
When you're 40.
It's pretty sad.
You talking about the tattoo guys?
Yeah, I got a few of them I graduated high school with. They still think they're 18. It's kind of like the moms that, dress in their kids' clothes. It's kind of like that. It's pretty sad. And I have found the ones that do that were the nerds back in high school. Yep. All right, what'd y'all get when y'all did 0.7 minus 0.6 over the square root of 0.6 times 0.4 over, what's in? 100? All right, somebody crank all that out.
It's 2.04.
2.04? Okay, so draw your arrow. Where is it? It's way the heck out there. So reject the null hypothesis. Go ahead and find your t-value. I'm sorry. Your p-value for 2.04 to 9999. What is it? I think this problem asks for a p-value, doesn't it? It will, I think. Yeah, look there. What's the p-value? I'll just write it. CDF 2.04, comma 9999. What is it?
0.0206.
0.0202. That's your p-value.
6.
0.0206.
Okay. Now let's do it on the handy-dandy calculator. So we can check to see if y'all did all the right things. So go to Stat, Test, and go down to 1 proportion z-test. I hope. Okay, now a lot of people say, well, Hubert, what is that? Is that p hat or p? Well, what is p hat? Somebody tell me what p hat is. What's the formula for p hat? X over what? It asks you what x over n for, so it's going to calculate p hat. So if it's calculating p hat, what is that first one? P. Okay, so the first one is p. 0.6. And what is 70? 100. And what tail is it? Right tail. Make sure you hit enter there. And calculate. Boom. It's a miracle. Y'all are learning so much in this class. 2.04 and 0.0206. Is that what we got? So let's type it in. Yes, that's a little test. You do yes. Final check. And then it's going to say, what is the p-value? Round to what? 3 decimal places. Remember, you read the question, but you also got to read the what? Directions. 3 decimal places. So that's going to be 0.02 what? 0.021. And we feel good about ourselves. So what do we do? What's our conclusion? I'll erase this so y'all can see it. What's the conclusion to this problem? Well, let me pull down the thing if y'all can't read it there. What do we do? Okay. Y'all just ain't gonna talk, are you?
It's a reading.
Yes, thank you. One person in the back. Thank you very much.
You reject?
Don't forget it now. 15 minutes later. And the p-value is what? Less than what? Alpha. What's alpha? 10% or 10 cents. What do we have for the p-value? 2 cents. 2 cents is what? Less than 10 cents. And we feel good about ourselves. Okay, so that's a p-value. Let's do this one. Again, I want you to do it by hand, and then I want you to do it with the calculator. I'll write all the stuff up here for the Southern Baptist. H of O, P is equal to 0.49. H of 1, P is less than 0.49. N is equal to 150. X is equal to 63. And alpha is equal to 0.1000. I don't care about this. Y'all can do NPQ. Somebody multiply N 150 times 0.49 times 0.51. Somebody do that right quick. 150 times 0.49 times 0.51.
37.48.
It's more than what? 37.8 is greater than 10. So yes, that's a little test. I'm not going to ask you for the test unless I have to, because that's the only question I can pick. So go ahead and draw the picture. Set your regions up, your rejection regions. And also, I want you to do a z-score, and I want you to plot the z-score, and I want you to do the p-value afterwards. And then check everything on your what?
Calculator.
Calculator. Or you could just quit.
I think that's the best.
We need some Lee in here. Straighten it all out. Is that what we just did? Yeah, we're gonna go over that in just a second. So if you can't do it, just consider yourself a failure at life.
Okay.
And Bernie will take care of you. Bernie or Pocahontas. Well, that one old gal, they won't give her the time of day. What's her name? Gildebrand? That's the one that was in the restaurant giving a speech, and the woman walked right in front of her and said, "Yes, I'm getting the ranch dressing, please." That would be awful. You know, if I was giving a speech and I was going to be, running for the President of the United States, and somebody walked by me and said, "Could you pass me the ranch dressing?" I believe I would quit right there. And then she had a shirt made up. "Please pass the ranch dressing." Some of these people, I ain't kidding you, they've been in D.C. too long. I believe they're doty. Y'all know what doty means, don't you?
Is that a new word?
No, that's an old word. That's an old-timey word.
Doty.
Who knows what doty means?
Dumb?
No. Oh, come on. Nobody knows what doty means.
No.
When you get old,
Oh.
you get doty. You start talking to yourself and nobody's in the room. Slobbering all over yourself, Dementia. 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 You start answering yourself.
I do that sometimes. I think we all do.
It's called senile. It's a nice, crazy code word for senile. Doty.
Doty.
Google it. Y'all think I'm making it up? Google it.
You're doty.
How friends you talk to yourself?
I said answer myself. No, I answer myself because y'all won't talk to me. So I have to have interaction some way.
Number 4 is Hoover.
Yeah, what is N? N is equal to 4. Thank you, class. Because y'all sitting there like a tit on a bull.
How about it?
Hmm? What'd she say? You know, I said a tit on a bull one time, and somebody reported me to my boss, said I was offended. Last time I checked, and I grew up on a dairy farm, that's what you call them. And I want to know about that male cow that's black and white, the cartoon cow. What's his name? On Barnyard. He's got a male voice, but he's got an udder. Somebody tell me that. What is he transgender, a cow, or what? I notice things like that. And he's got a male voice, but he's don't have the right equipment. To have that male voice he's got, dang over. Tit on a bull. All right. So what is our, let's see, our z-score is going to be at 0.00 on the left side or the right side?
The left.
Left side. So we take our handy dandy. And that is, somebody, what is it, 1 point, didn't we do 1.28?
Yes.
Okay, now we do our test statistic. And that's going to be Z is equal to P hat. Somebody take 63, divide by 150.
0.42.
I'm sorry, what?
0.42.
0.42 minus 0.49 divided by the square root of 0.49 times 0.51 divided by, what's our n? 150? All right, somebody crank all that out. It's going to be negative. Tell me what you get.
Negative 23.3.
Y'all get negative 23.3? Or y'all just making those numbers up? Well, I'll check it with the handy dandy calculator and let's see.
I got negative 1.715.
Ooh. Negative what?
1.715.
Negative 1.715. Negative 1.72. Plot that. Traditional method, it's where? Right there. Is it in the region? So we're going to reject the what?
No.
Okay? Somebody give me normal CDF of negative 9999 to negative 1.72.
0.0431.
0.0431 is the p-value. So let's check it on the calculator. So what do you hit? You got to hit stat. So write down in your notebook, stat. I'll hit on first. Stat, and then what? Test. Do not hit calculate, you hit test. And then you go down to number 5. How many proportions do you have? 63 over 150. You only have one. That's called a proportion. P hat is a proportion. One proportion z-test. Hit enter. And type in the numbers. What is P? 0.49. The calculator will calculate Q from 0.49. X, what is X? 63. What is N? 150. And what tail test is it? Left. So you hit that and then you hit enter to move the cursor on the left, the less than sign, and then you hit calculate and enter. And we got 1.72. and 0.0432. Or 31, 32. Okay, so it says round to what? Let's see, round to 3 decimal places, so I'm going to round to 0.043. And we are going to reject the what? Because it is less than dime. Okay? And that's another one just like the one we're doing. I want to do one, let me see what time it is before y'all start convulsing. Okay, we're good. We got a few minutes. I want to go ahead and do one out of 10.3. 10.4 is a mixture of 10.2 and 10.3. So you don't have to worry about 10.4 being something different. It's just a mixture. So let's do 10.3. Let's look at 10.3 and do a mean, like we've been doing. And y'all should be able to knock these out without any problem. 10.3. Well, I'm trying to get there. My poster is not cooperating. Nope, it's not doing anything. Oh, because of this. There we go. 10.3, preview. And those 2P questions we just did, those are good test questions. The problems that we've done, the 5 or 6 problems that we've done are good test questions. I'm not going to ask you anything crazy. All right? I want to see, I don't think they're asking you for, I want to try to find one where they're asking you for everything. I don't want to ask them where you just find the null hypothesis. I want to see if they, okay, let me go to 10.4. Those are just questions that asking you to do the first part. Let me go to 10.4. Dadgum. Okay, maybe they're just going, maybe it's got more than one. Okay. Somebody tell me on this problem, what is not there? Read the problem. It says a simple random sample, size n. The sample mean is found to be 105, and the sample standard deviation is blah, blah, blah. We don't have who? Sigma. So this means a t-test. So go ahead and start your math. It's a t-test. Now let's see what they're saying for the null hypothesis. A simple random sample with size n is equal to 40 is drawn from population. The sample mean is found to be 105.1 and the sample standard deviation is to be 20.3. Is the population mean greater than 100? Well, if they're asking greater than 100, then they must say that the null hypothesis is equal to what? 100. So that's the null hypothesis. Null hypothesis is mu is equal to 100, and the alternative hypothesis is not or greater than, because what does it say right here? Greater than. Compute the test statistic. Well, we got a problem. We got to do a t-score for a test statistic. Go ahead and draw your picture though, because what is alpha? 0.01. So let's draw our handy dandy picture. .01 right tail test.
Yes.
0.0100. So somebody give me that Z-score. Look on your third card. Third card is the right side.
Is it 2.32?
2.1, what?
2.32?
2.32. Okay, so we got our region. All we got to do now is compute our test statistic. What do you mean compute it? We got to find our T formula. Well, I'm not going to look it up. But the T value, remember, the only difference is you've got X bar and you've got S instead of sigma. Let me pull it up. Let me find it.
The formula?
Yeah, the formula for T. There it is.
Is it X bar minus
Mu. X bar minus mu.
divided by the
S over, yeah, instead of sigma, it's just S. So I'm going to do this in green. T is equal to X bar minus mu over standard deviation of the sample divided by the square root of n. And some of y'all may go, well, what's the population mean? Well, let's go look and see what this is. What is 105.1?
sample
What does sample mean?
X bar.
X bar. So we got that number. And this is the sample what? That's S. Okay, so we've got, and then N, our, let's see, population mean is what? 100. So it looks like we got all we need. And N is 40. I'm going to show you how to do this on the calculator too, if I can remember. So 105.1 minus 100. Now you should be able to do that without the calculator. I hope. I'm not going to say nothing. Divided by 20.3 over the square root of 40. And somebody, remember this is a Z-score, okay? So it's a T-score, but you use it like a Z-score. What is our, give me two digits, two decimal places.
1.59.
1 point what?
59, this is the answer, right? So
1.5 what?
9.
Oh my goodness. Where is this one? It's in the what? Fail to what? Fail to reject. So we're going to fail to reject. Now somebody go ahead and give me, let's check the p-value. 1.59 to 9999. Somebody tell me what the 4 digits is. Normal CDF. What do you get? No, wait a minute. I don't think it's going to work. What do you get? Give me 4 digits.
Please.
0.0.
Really? I said 1.59. Infinity is 999. Oh my gosh. Somebody give me 4 digits.
It's 0.0551.
Is 6 cents more than 1 cent?
Yeah.
So it spills over where? Into green area. So this one is fail to reject. So that means you're accepting the what? Null hypothesis. So let's see what they're going to ask you. Oh, let's do the calculator right quick. And I know this is the only thing I haven't shown you how to do on the calculator, and I'm going to try to remember it. I know it's under stat. It's t-test, I think. There it is. I think it's this one. I think. Yeah, mu is what? Somebody tell me what mu is. 100? What is X bar? 105.1. S the sex, that's SX, that's their standard deviation is 20.3. And what is N? 40. And what kind of test? Right tail. Enter. And let's see what we get. We cooking with peanut OIL. Look at there. 0.0600, and what's the t-score? 1.59. So now you know how to do a p-score, you know how to do a t-score, and you know how to do a z-score. Now y'all should be ready to work on 10.2, 10.3, and 10.4. Now look, 10.3, how many questions were on there? Like 5, okay? You're not talking about 30 or 40 problems. You're talking about 15 over the weekend. Okay, so quit crying.
Will you get to the calculator,
No.
please? Thank you.
You can't get it, then darn, I X'd it. Daggum.
You did it on purpose.
Now I gotta pull it back up. Miss Jeter.
Thank you.
Okay, who's got questions? Now, what should y'all send in for Tuesday?
Question.
Questions, because after Tuesday, that's what?
We go home.
That's it. All right, y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all Tuesday.
Thank you.
Y'all be good.
Thanks.
Thank you, I got it now.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
You want me to leave it up there for 20 more minutes?
You could.
Online yet for us to.
I think I've done all of them. Let's see.
Well, there.